Hello everyone. We will be seeing short-run equilibrium of industry in a perfect competition. In a perfect competition. So, in any scenario, equilibrium would be achieved in an industry when the market demand and market supply are equal. So, equilibrium, sorry, equilibrium in an industry would be established when the market demand is equal to the market supply. So it means that, say for example, on y-axis we measure price and on x-axis we measure output. Then the place where demand intersects supply, this is the DD curve and this is the SS curve, where the demand intersects the supply, the equilibrium price as well as equilibrium output is obtained. So it means that, for example, here this is the point of equilibrium and it is termed as, or we can denote it with E. So in this case, a firm would be attaining equilibrium at point P. So firm's equilibrium point is, firm's equilibrium point is E, wherein the price determined is OP and the quantity at which equilibrium is obtained is OQ. Okay. However, it should be kept in mind that this is not the scenario of long run equilibrium, but a short run equilibrium. Now, why it has to be kept in mind is because in short run, few of the firms would be earning abnormal profits while few of the firms would be incurring losses. So equilibrium does not essentially means that the profits would be not there or losses would not be there, but it means that it is a situation wherein the overall industry output is able to match the industry, the demand of the product which is produced in that particular industry. So we would be taking two scenarios wherein in one case there is profits and the other case there is loss. Okay, so in case of profits and in case of loss, we would be drawing figures of both of these things. So we have two different scenarios. In one case there is profit, in other case there is loss. Here we have y-axis and on y-axis we have price, on x-axis we measure output. So the price which is determined is this level. Here also the price is this level. That is, P is the price, and we have the quantity which is Q. Here also we have the quantity which is Q. Okay. At this stage, as this is AR is equal to MR, here we should never forget to write this thing, that this is AR is equal to MR. Here what we would be seeing is that at this stage the short run marginal cost curve cuts the average revenue curve or marginal revenue curve from below. Here also it is cutting it from the below, that is short run marginal cost curve. Here the the cost which the firm incurs is below the price that is decided by the market forces. The total cost curve, the short run average total cost curve, is at point B. This is the short run average total cost curve is at point B. In the point B it is intersecting it. So as we can see, here we have an intersection. Okay, we have an intersection here and it goes upwards. After that, in case of losses, here there is profits, because what we find here is this much the firm is able to earn more. Okay, the firm is able to earn this much more. How the firm is able to earn this much more? Because the firm is the firm's cost is less than the price which has been determined by the market forces. Similarly, on the other hand, what we find here is that if, for example, the output is at this level but the cost is this much, that is the cost is G and F. Like we have A and B over here, we have G and F. This is again the point of equilibrium for the firm, for the industry. Here also we have the point of equilibrium. This is point E over here. Now what we find is that here this is the additional spending which is done by the firm in order to undertake its manufacturing activities. ये जो है ये additional portion of expenses है. So what happens in this case is that the short run average total cost curve is this. Short run average total cost curve is this. Here what we find is that this much loss has been incurred by the firm, whereas here this much profits have been obtained by the firm. In an industry, the industry is in equilibrium at price P. Okay, at price P. ओके, इंडस्ट्री हमेशा यहाँ पे इक्विलिब्रियम में रहती है प्राइस पी के ऊपर. सो इक्विलिब्रियम ऑफ industry is at price P and quantity EB EQ in case of profits EQ के ऊपर वो not EQ, sorry, it's not EQ, at OQ quantity, and quantity equilibrium price is O is P, and equilibrium quantity is OQ. Okay, OQ is the level at which the firm attains equilibrium. Those firms which make extra profits, what happens in this case? The firms which make profits attract new participants or new people into the industry. Firms making extra profits attract new firms. So the firms making extra profit attract new firms. This entry, exit, and readjustments will bring long run equilibrium in the industry. So short run में everything changes, short run में things alter, but in long run what happens is the firms are able to enter freely, exit freely, as it is one of the characteristics of the perfect competition, that the entry and exit of firms is not restricted. So what happens in this case is, because the entry and exit is not restricted, the firms are able to enter and exit as and when they deem fit, and due to it the earnings of the entire industry gets normalized because of this reason. So the short run equilibrium, or the way in which the firms undertake their activities in the short run, lead to the long run equilibrium, because over a period of time the smaller activities which are performed by the industry lead to a bigger activity or bigger level of equilibrium across the industry. So we'll be stopping here. In the next part we will be seeing long run equilibrium of the firm.